Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be an awesome Age of Sigmar battle report. We're at Warhammer World and the Khorne Demon King have been wrecking the ruins of Drashial. And the Stormcast Eternals, led by Lord Celestin, have been dispatched to take back these ancient ruins. As we look across the battlefield, the ruins have been smashed to pieces and Khorne has had his way on the battlefield. Today's mission is a mission of take and hold. We've got one objective from the Khorne Demons down here and one more at the back there. The Stormcast Eternals mission, essentially destroy the Khorne, take back and destroy these two objectives. Right, so here we go. This is 40 points of Stormcast Eternals that Lucy is taking to Warhammer World. We've got 5 heroes. We've got the Lord Celestin with Legendary Fighter and a Quicksilver Potion. Nasty little combo that Lucy is running with Lord Castellan. To give him a 2+ armor save, rerolling 1s. Yep, that's dirty. And Lord Castellan, of course, is running around with a Gryph-hound. We've got the Errant Questor, which is going to be using Swarm Protector to protect Dracoth and keep him alive even longer, as well as Lord Relictor healing him as well. We've got the Marksman, the Knight Venator, sitting at the back, going to be popping off some shots in the hopes of slaying some demons. For battle line, we've got 2 units of 5 Judicators, and each of the Judicator primes has the, I want to say, Shock Bolt. And these guys here, we've got a unit of 10 Liberators with a single Grand Hammer in there. That makes up the 3rd battle line. We've got a 4th battle line in the form of 5 Liberators and this guy with the Grand Blade. And at the back we've got a unit of 5 Retributors with 2 Star Soul Maces. So they hit hard and they hit strong. That's Lucy's Stormcast. Let's have a look at the Khorne Demons. And this is 20 points of Khorne Demons. I am running the Khorne Blood Host, which is 1 Bloodthirster plus 7 units of Khorne Demons. I only actually have 2 battle lines normally, which is these 2 units of Bloodletters. But by taking this guy, the Herald, as my Warlord or General, I get to take the Blood Crushers as battle lines. That's 4 battle line units there. We've got a unit of 10 dogs, and we've got a Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury and Incident Rage in there, totaling 20 points. But because I'm running the battalion, I get D3 units to pile in and fight in my hero phase, which once I get there, isn't too bad at all. So the Khorne Demons, with them already being here, have fewer units but larger in number perhaps. We are going first against the Stormcast Eternals. Let's move into the movement phase. And that is it. In a heartbeat, the Khorne Demon turn is over. Everything has moved and ran forward. There's only a single shooting attack in this army, which is from him. And with that, it's straight into Stormcast, battle round 1, and I need to weather the storm. Lucy's probably going to get within range of the charge. It's not going to be very pleasant for me, I don't think. Right, let's see what she does. Right, so welcome back after the hero and movement phase for Lucy. Lucy's used the Warden Lantern on Lord Castellan to give Lord Celestin a 2-up armor save. The Questor has ran behind him to try and keep up with him because he could take the wounds with his ability. Venator, meanwhile, has got a view of the field from his perch, a little bit like Hawkeye. And yeah, she might be letting loose a star-fated arrow. Looking down at this side though, the unit of 10 Liberators has moved forward and potentially trying for a charge, possibly the Hounds or the Bloodthirster that lay low the Tyrants, with a special rule that they have, might come in useful. These guys have ran forward, as has the Retributors. So Lucy into the shooting phase. Right, so Storm Breath. Lucy's going to target this point here, right in the middle of the Bloodthirster, the Skull Taker, and the Blood Crusher. So the Skull Taker would suffer D3 mortal wounds on a 4+. So he does D3 mortal wounds. Wow, he takes 3. The Bloodthirster on a 4+. No. And the Blood Crushers That is a 4, so they take D3 for 2. Impressive stuff with the first volley of the game. So Lord Venator from up here is going to shoot his star-fated arrow down at the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. So, does he hit on 2s? That's a hit. He wounds on 3s. Right, so that's a hit. Wounding on 3s. That is a 4. Right, so the arrow has a -1 rend. I fail me save. It is a hero and it's a monster, so it's D6 plus 3 wounds. Straight up, that is 6 wounds on the Bloodthirster, severely wounded him. Right, so the unit of Judicators at the back there is going to be targeting the Bloodthirster. The Prime is hitting on 2s with the Shock Bolt. 1 miss, but because it's Chaos, you get to re-roll. Unfortunately, another miss there. So, D6 for the Shock Bolt. Just the 1, so that's 4 to wound rolls of a 3. It's definitely 2. 1 failed, 2 failed there, so that is 2 wounds at -1 rend. 5 up, and I drop another wound, that's 7 altogether. Ouch. And next up, we've got the front unit targeting the General. So the Prime's hitting on 2s. Reroll 1s, because Chaos. So they all hit. D6 for the Shock Bolt. 5. So that's 9 to wound rolls that she's going to get here. I'm not looking forward to this. Wounding on 3s. So 4, 5. 5 wounds. And it's Rend -1, which drops me to a 5 up save. And yeah. There we go. Lucy has slain the Skull Taker. Right, so we forgot to mention here that the talons on the Eagle from Venator are going to be shooting down at the Bloodthirster. So 3 attacks hitting on 4s. Wow, that's not good. Right, I think that is it for shooting phase. Lucy, I'm guessing Dracoth is going to be charging. How far can he charge? 2d6. And that's a 7-inch charge. He's probably going to be able to get across to the Blood Crushers. The other ones that we've got the Liberators. Are you going to be charging them? How far? 5 inches isn't going to make it in, I don't think. Let's get those measured up. So Lord Celestin here is going to be making some damage, I think. He's charged in. He's got +1 attack thanks to his command trait, plus D3 because he charges. So 6 attacks hitting on 3s. 2s, wow. Right, so that's 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That's definitely cocked, this one. This one here. Right, so that's 2 wounds at Rend -1, giving me a 5 up save. I pass 1, fail 1, but it's D3 damage. For 2 wounds, which will kill this guy at the back. Lucy's then got the Dracoth Talons to attack, so that's 3 attacks. Wow, Yahtzee, you need that to wound though to do some serious damage. And there's a 6, and then there's a 4, I think the 3, does the 3 wound? So 2 at -1 rend, that's 2 wounds, and then 1 at -1 rend, but it's going to do D6 damage if it goes through. No, I actually managed to save it. Right, so down here, the Blood Crushers are swinging back. The hero, or leader of the group, is still there. So he has 2 attacks, and then the other guy has 1. Hit you on 4s, Lucy. That's 2 hits. I wound you on 3s. That is 2 wounds at -1 rend. So that drops into a 3 up armor. Rerolling the 1s, and he makes it. I then have 6 attacks from the 2 Blood Crushers, hitting on 3s, 2 misses. I then wound on 3s. So that's 4 wounds, no rend, and basically Lucy needs to roll a double 1. So re-roll the 1. Wow, he takes a wound. Right, so at the end of that turn, Lucy has done a little bit of damage to these guys. They don't need a battle shock because the bravery 10. So, going into battle round 2, who is going first? Stormcast battle round 2. This is going to be very, very bad. Right, so Lucy winning the roll off there. In the hero phase, Lord Relictor managed to heal Dracoth, and of course he has used his ability for no battle shocks. Castellan has also given +1 armor save again, so if Lucy makes any 6s on her armor save, it's going to be a wound back for him as well. So that's going to be very, very useful. Relictor has pushed forward obviously to keep up with Dracoth and keep him healed, as has Castellan and the Gryph-hound. Meanwhile down here, Venator has launched himself forward to get a better view across the battlefield, I feel. The Retributors are marching forward. They are going to be charging in at the Bloodthirster, I think, and the Liberators at this side are looking to sweep round the flanks. Bearing in mind Lucy has a Quicksilver potion on this guy, so he can attack first, then she goes on to her normal turn, which means that these Retributors can then pile in and fight this Bloodthirster, which she doesn't want him charging. Nope. So the Stormcast Eternals are marching across the ruins and eradicating the Khorne Daemons as they go. Right, so moving into the shooting phase, Lord Celestin is going to use Storm Breath in the gap there to hit all 3 units. So on a 4+, the Blood Crushers suffer D3 mortal wounds. No, the Bloodthirster. So the Bloodthirster suffers D3 mortal wounds. So the Bloodthirster takes a single wound. And then we've got the Bloodletters at the back there on a 4+. No. Lord Venator is up next. He is targeting the Bloodthirster. He is hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s with his arrows. Wow, Yati again. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds at -1 rend. That gives me a 5-up save, which I pass 1. So the Bloodthirster takes 2 more wounds. Wow, he's lost 9. That is insane. Right, next up the Talons, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wound. Right, so that's 6 to wound, thanks to the Talons, is a rend -3. So he's actually suffered another wound. That puts him on 10 wounds lost. He's got 4 left. He is severely hampered already. Right, next up we've got the front unit of Judicators targeting this Bloodthirster. So the prime with the shock ball hits on 2s. So 1 miss, D6 for the shock bolt. That's just the 1. So 4 to wound rolls, wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds at -1 rend. So 3 5-ups for me. And I lose 2. Right, so the second unit of Judicators are up. 4 normal guys, and then the prime with the shock ball hitting on 2s. Rerolling the 1 because Chaos unit. All hit, D6. Wow, 5. That is 9 to wound rolls that Lucy is going to get to make. Judicators are absolutely brutal. 3s. It's not a lot. That's actually only 4. 5, sorry. And I pass 1, which loses him 4 more wounds. Right, so combat phases, we've got some charges. The Retributors are looking to charge. 3, and that's 5 under there, so that is definitely going to get Lucy into the Bloodthirster. We'll pile them in a second, but the Liberators are going next, the unit of 10. That's a 6-inch charge that they get. So in the combat phase, Lucy is going to use the Quicksilver potion, allowing the Celestin on Dracoth to essentially attack before you then choose your first unit. The Retributors over there made it through the trees into the Bloodthirster, and the Liberators are piling round the corner to hopefully take on those dogs. This is going to hurt me a hell of a lot here. So 4 attacks from Lord Celestin. Hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. So that's 3 wounds at -1 rend for D3 damage each. And I pass 2, fail 1 for D3 damage for 2, which is going to kill that guy there. Now, right, Lord Celestin with Dracoth now attacking with Dracoth's claws, hitting on 4s, was it? 2 6s, and then looking for that to wound, hopefully. It's wounding on 3s. That's a cocked dice. There we go, there's that 6. So -1 rend for this one. Pass it, and then -1 rend for the D6 damage. And I pass it, thankfully. Right, over to the Retributors. This is now going to hurt. So, instantly, we've got 2 D3 from the Star Soul Maces. That's 1 cocked. So that is 4 wounds. He's on 10. He only has 14 wounds, which slays the Bloodthirster. Right, so I now get to attack back. The Blood Crusher down here, 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound at -1 rend, so 3 up. On Dracoth, so that's 3 up armor, and she passes it. I've then got 3 attacks from the Blood Crusher itself, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. That's 3 wounds, no rend, so she's got a 2 up re-rolling. There's a 1, and she passes it, which means all units within 3 inches suffer a mortal wound. So that, of course, will be that guy here. And we'll have to double check the measurements to see if the others are within reach. So with getting a bit carried away with Lord Celestin, I totally forgot that I should have piled the dogs in and attacked at this side, which means Lucy is now going to pulverize them with the hammers. There is 5 guys within reach, and the Prime, of course, has an extra attack. So 11 attacks hitting on 4s. 6 hits wounding on 3s. Oh, that is, yeah. Right, so that's 5 wounds, no rend, 5 up save. So that's 1 dog dead as they have 2 wounds each, and of course I'm going to take 1 from there. So the dogs are piled in, and because that guy is there, we're actually managing to get 7 dogs in attack range. So that's 24 attacks hitting on 3s. That's 16 hits wounding on 4s. It's 9 armor saves of 4, re-rolling the 1, just the single 1 in the middle. The re-roll for a 6, so that is 1, 2, 3 wounds. So 1 liberated dead and 1 wounded. Right, so with that, that is the end of the Stormcast turn. I now get to pile in and fight in my hero phase. D3 units. That is 3 units get to pile in and fight. Right, so 2 attacks from the Hellblade on the Blood Crusher here, hitting on 3s. That one is a single mortal wound, Lucy, and that is a hit. That is a wound at -1. So Questar is going to take the mortal wound because he's within 3 inches. Yep, so he'll drop a single wound, and then we've got another single wound on Lord Celestin with -1 rend. So you've got a 3 up armor reroll and 1s. Passes it, loves it. And these guys with 28 attacks hitting on 3s. 14 hits wounding on 4s. 6 armor saves of 4 re-rolling 1s. So 3 wounds, which will kill the guy that's wounded, and another liberator. So that's not too bad, but we could do with a bit more. Let's move into the Khorne Daemons movement phase. The movement phase, the Bloodletters have moved around the Bloodthirster. He suffered, he's took a lot of damage, but he's going to use his Lash of Khorne on Lord Celestin. He hits on 4s, 3 attacks. Right, charges. The Bloodthirster will charge. He'll go at Lord Celestin. The Bloodletters here are going to charge. They're going to make it in. And then these guys are going to charge the Retributors. And 5 is going to make it in. Right, so because these charged, they do D3 mortal wounds to the Retributors on a 4+. 4+, so D3. That is 3 wounds, which will kill one of the Retributors outright. So Lucy's going to remove that one there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm definitely going to use the Axe of Khorne with the Bloodthirster. He has 6 attacks altogether. He hits on 3s. That is every single hit. Wow. And because he's got 9 wounds on him instead of 10, he wounds on 3s. Each one of these doing D3 damage with -2 rend. So this is pivotal. So -2 rend with 3 wounds, Lucy, which means you've got a 4 armor save, re-rolling 1s. 3 armor saves of 4+. She can re-roll the 1. So that's 3 wounds gone through, and each one of these does D3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank God Relic to healed him, leaves him on 1 wound. Right, so Lucy using the Warhammer World Questor Knight Errant, I think, Errant Questor, to take 3 of the wounds from Lord Celestin, and he's took 3 himself. So they're both still going to get the swing and attack. But next up, she's going over here with the Retributors. 2 D3 mortal wounds straight up. For that is 2, and then that one's cocked. For 3 mortal wounds, drops 1 of them to 1. 2 attacks each, 3 with the prime, hitting on 3s. Wow, that's all of them. Wounding on 3s. That is 4. -2 rend, you said, yeah?
-1 rend, 2 damage.
-1 rend, 2 damage each. Ouch. So 5 up saves. I pass 1, so 2 damage each. That will be 6 wounds, which will kill 1 guy for 4. Kill this one with 1 wound and drop the other one to 3. That is brutal stuff. Retributors showing what they are made of. Right, next up we're going with the Bloodletters down here at Lord Celestin. I hit him on 4s. 6 is a mortal wound, so that is 1 mortal wound. Are you going to kill your Questor off, or are you going to take 1 wound on? Okay, so Questor is down, and we've got 4 to wounds of a 3. That is 4 wounds at -1. So 4 wounds at -1 rend, which is a 3 up armor, re-rolling the 1s. And she passes it, which means every unit takes a mortal wound. That's not good. So a Bloodletter would die. This guy would drop to 3 wounds. And the Bloodthirster would drop yet another wound. Down to 4 wounds remaining. Nasty, nasty stuff. So Lucy's going down here next with the Liberators. They have 13 attacks, then 2 from the Grand Hammer. This is going to hurt. So hitting on 4s. That's a lot. Only a couple of misses there. Wounding on 3s. Ow, this is going to hurt. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 normal ones. And then 2 at -1 rend. So the 4 normal saves. 5 ups. There's 2 dogs dead. And then we've got 2 at -1 for 2 damage each. Pass 1, fail 1. So that's 3 dogs slain instantly. And of course, I'm going to take the dogs from the back here. Ouch. Right, next up, the Blood Crusher. 2 attacks. That is 1 hit. 1 wound at -1 rend. So that's a 3 up re-rolling 1s. Passes it. 3 attacks from the Blood Crusher himself. 1 hit. And that's 1 wound with no rend. Oh no. She passes it. That's another mortal wound on every model. On every unit rather. Which drops the Bloodthirster. He has 3 wounds remaining. Things are not looking good for the Khorne Daemons. Lucy's now done all of her... No, you haven't. You've got Lord Celestin to go. So he's got 4 attacks. Who are you swinging at here? You've got the pick of the litter, basically. You're going for the Bloodthirster. Nice. So 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All hit. Wounding on 2s. Ouch. That's 4 wounds at -1 for D3 damage each. So 5 up saves. I pass 1. So D3 damage each, which means your killers, because I've only got 3 wounds, but let's see how much it would have done. So there we go, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds that would have done. So the Bloodthirster is slain. Right, 3 attacks from the Draco's Claws, hitting on 4s, was it? Wow, every single one missed. That's a 222 from Lucy. Down here, I've got 2 attacks. Both miss. I then have 3 attacks from the actual Skull Crusher. That is 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, no rend, 4 up armor save. She makes them both. This is going to not be nice. I've got 5, 6 dogs down here. So that is going to be 24 attacks. Next up, we've got the dogs down here, hitting on 3s against the Liberators. 16 hits, wounding on 4s. That's 7 armor saves, 4 re-rolling 1s. 2 1s there for it, 3 1s to re-roll. So that is 3 wounds altogether, which will kill another one and wound another. So Lucy doesn't need battle shock, but I need here. I'm gonna auto pass, but if I roll a 1, I get D6 bloodletters back. No. Nope. Right, so the Khorne Daemons have taken heavy casualties from the Stormcast Eternals, and it looks as though they are marching forward with support and fire from the Judicators, and of course the heroes helping out to take on a lot of this side. I think Lucy, she goes first here. It's going to be brutal. Dice off for battle round 3. Lucy's a 5 and I'm a 3, so Stormcast battle round 3. So Lucy winning that roll off. She's going to add the +1 armor save onto Lord Celestin from Lord Castellan. And I think you're going for Lightning Storm with Lord Relictor, and you're targeting the bloodletters, so on a 3+, and it goes off. So D3 mortal wounds. 3, ouch! Right, so that is 3 mortal wounds inflicted on the bloodletters. Next up, Lucy is using Storm Breath. She's targeting here, so on the bloodletters a 4+. That is it, so D3 mortal wounds for 2 more, and then the Blood Crusher on a 4+. No, so that's 2 more bloodletters cut down. And of course, I'm going to leave the banner, and I'm going to take this guy, so it's harder for Lucy to charge in with them. Right, next up we've got shooting attacks. So Lord Venator is going next. 3 attacks hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Nothing. Wow. 3 shots from the talons of the hawk. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 at -1. And that is a failed save. That is another bloodletter gone. This is not looking good. So next up, the Judicators down here. They are going for the Bloodhounds of Khorne. Right, so 4 shots. 1 with the shock bolt. Reroll the 1. So that's 2 hits, and then D6 for the shock bolt. 5, so that's 7 to wound rolls that Lucy gets to make anyway. This is going to be pretty difficult. So wounding on 3s. That's 1, 2, 3, 6 at -1 rend. I've got a 6 up save as a result of that. That's 3 hounds gone. The next unit of Liberators is going after the Blood Crusher up here. So 4 attacks plus the shock bolt. That is unfortunately 2 misses again. Lucy rolling a lot of 2s today. So D6 on the shock bolt for 2. That's 4 to wound rolls that Lucy gets to make. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds at -1 rend. So 5 up. No, kills that guy. Wow. Stormcast are making mincemeat of the Khorne Daemons today. So these 2 guys are charging at the bloodletters. Lord Castellan getting that's a 6, so that's going to make him in. And then Relictor. Yeah. And then the Liberators over this side are also going to charge in. 6 inches. Right, so down here she's going to use the Retributors first. 2 D3 mortal wounds. That's 2 wounds. And then she gets 5 attacks with the hammers. Looking for 3s and 3s. That's 4 hits. Yeah, that's 4 wounds at -1 rend. Yeah, I need to pass all of these. Nope, passed a single one, which kills him. Right, so I'm going next with the dogs, and I am going to go against the Liberators with the hammers. So I've got 12 attacks with 3 dogs left. Hitting on 3s, that's not bad. Not bad at all. And now wound on 4s. For 4 wounds, no rend, Lucy. So 4 up, re-rolling 1s. Re-roll the single 1. No, so that's 3 wounds. It does mean that the guy with the 1 wound down here is dead, and another Liberator as well. Right, so Lucy's wanting to make a lot of damage in the lines of the Khorne Daemons today, so the Sword Liberators are up next. That's a lot of attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling any 1s, so there's a single 1 in the middle. That's a lot of hits. So there's 2 misses there. And then she's wounding on 4s this time. Wow. Wow, indeed. 2, 4, 5 wounds with no rend. I saved 2, which is going to kill a dog and put 1 wound on another. And then 1 that's doing 2 damage. And that was a 4. So I'm left with 1 dog on 1 wound. Let's get those guys out. Meanwhile, down here, I'm going to put 3 attacks in on Lord Celestin. That's nothing. Yeah. You want to swing back with Celestin? 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wow. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 with -1 rend. Fail it for D3 damage for 2. Kills both of them. And because I've got no units left to attack, Lucy is now going to get to attack over here with the Liberators with hammers. So she's got a prime for 3 attacks, 2 guys left for 4 more attacks, and then the Grand Hammer. 7 attacks from the hammers, hitting on 4s, and 2 from the Grand Hammer. So that is 5 hits altogether, 1 with the Grand Hammer, and a couple from the normal hammers. She's now wounding on 3s. Right, well, let's go for that Grand Hammer first. Dead. Wow. Right, and with that, the forces of Khorne yield. We've got a single unit of Bloodletters down here. What an absolute massacre. I'm sure you'll agree that this table is absolutely fantastic. It is awkward to roll dice on, but if you do get the chance to play on it, I seriously recommend you do. It is absolutely beautiful. So that is an end to the Age of Sigmar Battle Report, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and please check out more battle reports on the channel. See you next time.